Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Blomberg FNT9673 frost-free freezer, and what I want to do today is to show you around the product, some of the features and benefits that it offers, and really why it's one of the best selling freezers that we do. So I'm going to get it plugged in. Let's have a look. So the first thing to mention are the dimensions on this. You will see that it's quite a big boy, and with this one it is 171 centimeters high. The width on it is 60 centimeters, and the depth, so front to back, is 65 centimeters. So really, I do say to everyone, especially when buying things like this, just make sure that it can go in. There's nothing worse than the product arriving and it doesn't fit. So first of all, I'll show you the display on here. This is one reason that people buy the freezer, because it's got a really nice, clear, easy to read display, and it does show the temperature on here. So it's not down to temperature yet, but at the moment it's showing at -18, and on the right here you've got the temperature option, so you can go down to -24 if you want to. I think most people don't tend to need to go that cold, so between -18 and -20 would normally be adequate. You have got other options around here, so you have got things like the child lock. So if you press and hold that for 3 seconds, that just means that little fingers can't come and change the temperature or mess about with any of the functions. It doesn't stop people getting in, so you can still open the door if you want to, but that's just this is a nice option to have. The next thing to mention is the quick freeze mode, and this basically reduces it to -27, and it's got a little animated display at the top that's just showing that it's working really hard to get down to -27. And this had a huge advantage. So if you're going out shopping, and if you know you're going to be bringing back a lot of food that needs to be frozen quickly, then just enable this before you go out, and then hopefully by the time you get back it'll be ready at that lower temperature. The idea is that you leave it for a period of time to get down to this temperature, and then once you finish with it, then just press that button and that just reverts back to the normal temperature of the freezer. What you will find is if you do forget to do it, so if you forget to enable it back to the normal temperature, then after 25 hours then it will automatically revert back to the normal temperature. So the next thing to show you is the energy saving. So you've got an option on here that you can actually turn the display off. I think for most people you tend to want to have the display on for most of the time. And the last option is something at the bottom here called Eco Fuzzy, and you can that's something I meant to mention earlier, that you can hear the little chimes as you press the buttons, which is quite good. But basically with the Eco Fuzzy, if you know you're not going to use the freezer for a while, as in you're not going to come and open the door, I'd normally recommend pressing that, especially if you're going on holiday, and if you know you're not going to open the door for a while, then what will happen is it will run at a more economical rate, so it's not having to lower the temperature quite as much, and it's not having to work so hard. So as we go inside the freezer, you have got a really nice handle on here. It is a swivel design, so it is designed to basically break the seal of the door, because what you will find, especially on tall freezers, when you've got the seal going against the side, then sometimes it can be quite difficult to open. But really what Blomberg have done is they've come up with this really good idea that basically just breaks the seal, and that's the way to open the door. So it's a really good design. So the first thing you'll notice is that you've got a really nice LED light at the top. This is quite rare in freezers. Quite a few fridges have them, but in freezers this is very rare, so it's just really nice to have some general light going over the drawers. This is a really good time to mention about the door opening alarm. So what will happen is if you leave the door open for a period of time, normally around 1 minute to 2 minutes, then the alarm will sound. So especially if you've got the kids coming over to open the freezer, get an ice lolly or ice cream out, and they've left the door open, at least you know that the door is open. So I will just shut that. Yeah, so that's all you need to do to stop the alarm. So what I will do is I'll work my way down from the top to the bottom, and at the top here you've got something called FlexiBox, This is a great design. This is another reason people love this freezer. And what you can do is you can actually use these two shelves as normal shelves, which is fantastic. But sometimes there might be certain times of the year where you want to put something large in the freezer and some of the drawers might not be big enough. I always use the example of Christmas, because for some people they want to buy a huge Christmas turkey, and if you're going to buy it a bit earlier, say if you're buying a frozen one, then you might want to freeze it. So you've got the ability with this to take this top shelf out. These are just glass shelves, and keep this somewhere safe, and what that does is that gives you a really nice big area to put something in here. And the next thing to show you is this. This is what Blomberg call twist and serve ice cube making. And the idea of this is that you've got a couple of cheeky little ice cube trays, and what you can do is first of all fill them with water. Once they're frozen, then you've got a tray at the bottom here, and the idea is that you twist them. So you, once they're frozen, twist them, and then they will come out into the tray below. Now it's a great function. If you don't want to use this, then you can take this unit out and just have it as a gap, which I know some people do. As we go to the right of that, then you have got a standard drawer. So as we go to the bottom of the freezer, I'm sure I mentioned earlier that this model is frost free, so you don't have to worry about frost build-up. What it will do is it will actually circulate the air around the freezer. As you can see at the bottom here, you've got 4 drawers. This freezer has a huge capacity, it's 250 litres, and on each of these drawers, so these drawers themselves measure 41 centimetres, so it is a really good width. And on this one, so you're looking about 45 centimetres deep. So on these drawers, they are designed so that you can easily pull them out. You've got the handles on the side here, so if you need to carry them, clearly when they're full they can be quite heavy, so it's really nice to have that option. And then as you go to the lower drawers, then these ones, they're not quite as tall as that one's slightly taller. So on that one, the height of that drawer is around 23 centimetres, and on these ones you're looking around 19 centimetres, but the actual width and the depth is the same. That one is the same drawer, so it's the same as that one. And then as you get to the bottom drawer, then although the height of that one is 24 centimetres, so it's slightly taller than these two, the depth of this one is only around 21 centimetres, so it is slightly shallower than the rest of these ones. That's fairly standard at the bottom. You will find that you've got the motor behind here, so pretty much on all freezers now the bottom drawer is always a little bit shallower. So just a couple of other things to mention. First of all, this is one of the few tall freezers on the market that can actually go into a garage where the manufacturer will recognise the warranty. So you should be able to see here you've got a 3-year guarantee, and again, not many manufacturers are that confident in their reliability that they're willing to give a 3-year standard guarantee. But basically, if you were going to put it outside, say in a garage or say an outhouse, then as long as that doesn't go below an ambient temperature of -15, then this freezer will be okay. For quite a few manufacturers, then they say the ambient temperature of the room needs to be 10 degrees or above. But for a lot of people, if you want to put it outside, say in a garage, then this one will be okay. And again, that's another reason that we sell a lot of these. The other thing to mention is that you can actually reverse the door as well. I won't show you the process, but you get the full instructions on how to do it. Now, I know for most people looking around the back of the freezer isn't too important, but I just thought I'd show you this because first of all you have got a metal back, which a lot of the Blomberg appliances have now. Also you do get a couple of these. These are just a couple of spacers, and the idea is these just slot into the back here, so you just pop those in, and they're really designed to stop the appliance being pushed too far back to the wall. So it's just a really simple couple of devices. We always recommend using those because you always need to allow some air circulation around the back of the appliance. So if you are thinking of buying one of these freezers, then I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. I hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Blomberg FNT9673 freezer. Please give us a thumbs up on a YouTube video click subscribe and leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad about the video, if you enjoyed it, whether there's any things I could improve on it. Also, if you've got any questions on the Blomberg freezer, if you're thinking of buying one, then if you've got any questions, just put it in the comments and I will get back to you. Also, if you've got one of these, or one of the sister products in the Blomberg range, then let me know what you think about it. Thanks for watching.